You know what you're selling? I will go back to tending to my business. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we did a little bit of Canto 4, and this time we're going to continue doing more of Canto 4, the Unchanging. We took on fucking Brazen Bull. Ugh. Ugh. Brazen Bull. Ugh. Oh, just a moment. I just noticed the bottom bar. As futile conversations reached an end, the boss lazily pulled to a stop. We had arrived in front of a building so tall it would take a while to count the floors. A few shrank down as if intimidated. I understood Sinclair being one, but Heathcliff and Ishmael seemed to be pressured. A few looked around with curious eyes, and some others walked in and carried themselves as if they knew they deserved royal treatment. I guess we've run somewhere now. Finally being invited places regular people would live. I'm gonna make one thing clear. The question of the rewards allowed to talk like last time I'm out. He looked around his teeth, whether by hauling his words or due to memories of what we got into last time we were here. You're a little late as expected. Expected? That man is pleasure to meet you again. I want you to know this is my heartfelt sentiment, not a formality. A familiar face I never expected to see again greeted us. I'm out, I already told you. Give him a moment, let's at least hear what he has to say, okay? Let go! No, it feels like that not knows about doing the tangles raw chickens, huh? The truth, my last quest was a test to measure confidence. And a quest with flying colors. Congratulations, I mean this one as well. Oh, you're testing great as you. That's of course at the discretion of Mr. Samjo, my shrewd secretary. So you must be from Limbus Company. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dongran. I've heard a lot about you from Samjo. It always made me a fan. Fan? Did thou say we haven't earned thine adoration? It's flattery, Don Quixote. If I'm being quite honest, the test wasn't my idea. I mean, you weren't lab hens or anything, and you deserve better than involuntary tests. Indeed, it was my suggestion. I had a reason to do so as your Limbus Company is a little-known firm that could or could not be newly established. You could take the risk of entrusting in an organization with the request of Mr. Donran's word alone. So that means you're requesting us. Ishmael asked for confirmation that this was indeed a direct request, her face seeming rather proud. Why, of course, because you all you are. Why don't I show you to my lab? There are many fun things to see. Jenny's subject so shameless is only going to bother us more. Sorry, you're really going to take these people to your lab? Well, they passed your test, didn't they, Mr. Sanjo? And they got the skills to take what they call an abnormality as we saw today. Ah, thou hast heard! My traces of ferocity indeed make themselves known to the masses in no time. Woo-hoo! That's a fun way to put it. Ah, and you must be the manager. It was, Dante, yes? May we speak for a moment? I felt sure to say something to Dongrang, but he and Samjo pulled me far away by the time she stepped forward. I do like the fact that, like, Faust is always supposed to be, like, the translator, and, like, a lot of times it's like, well, why is it Merceau? Because Merceau would say everything directly, but Faust kind of knows how to diplomatically maneuver around things. I mean, I don't mind, but you two can't hear me anyway. I was too embarrassed to bring it up in front of the whole group, but actually, one of your employees was an old friend of mine. Oh, who is it? Anyone give me a nod either. Perhaps he was embarrassed like me. What was the struggles I had, how disheartened I was. Maybe you weren't as close as you thought then? Wait, can you hear my voice? Mr. Dongran, this individual is unable to communicate. No. That's why I'm speaking, Mr. Samjo. It's like I'm back to being a child, letting my woes to a wind-up toy, don't you think? That was a monologue? What are you two even doing? It was mostly because of him that decided to send my request to you. I can trust a familiar person better than a stranger. See, this is why I can't let my guard down or for even to say it. Too easily influenced by human attachment. So let me ask you a favor. Use your tact in consideration to pretend that you know nothing about the relationship between him and me, okay? I haven't even told him what that friend is. I go on a deep sigh and shake my head. The conversation never got through and did as arbitrarily as it began. This isn't asking to be a favor, you're giving me a notice. We're at the laboratory now. Ordinary visitors will not be permitted to go any further, but since you've been invited by Mr. Dongran, I'll show you the interior. I hoped I could work at a company that does this. Now you can apply to one. Why don't you give it a shot? You're joking, right, Rojan? Not everyone can join these companies. You can from only the very best of the elite, like Faust or Yi Sang, for example. I suppose remark being a good opportunity to bring up my earlier question. Why did you choose to join Limbus Company part of the options you had? There must have been better places to choose for. Because I'm Faust. There's a certain energy in her confidently clarifying tone that discouraged me from asking another question. What about you, Yi-san? Take the trouble of asking in return, manager. Why did you join the company you work for? I mean, that's because I had no other choice. That should sufficiently answer your question. This occasion I wasn't exaggerating about the qualifications it takes to join this firm. The laboratory was dominated by a stillness that can only be achieved with everyone in total focus. Dante! Look! There, you see that? First full of snacks, you take 1 or 10 and they wouldn't notice. And we would break that stillness with nonchalance. Take as many as you like. Mr. Sandra packs some snacks in the break room and the small bundles gives to them later. Understood? That's awesome. Maybe we should quit our job and join up here. I can hear you, Rojo. Rodium, the work contract says. Joking, Faust. Joking, see? Well, let's move on to the quest. You're bringing outsiders into the building now. What are you, a field trip guide, Dongrang? Pardon me for a moment. This is Shrem. She's the manager of the department next to mine and a colleague who joined the company at the same time I did. It me to hurl hurt for words takes up much of her daily routine. I figured someone got to point out the massive drain on our company's welfare budget that is your team. If you're wondering how we spend our welfare budget, you'll see when the Department of the Year trophy is awarded, right, Samjo? It would take full day to list the benefits the department chose it as the best receives. You're both snobs, the both of you. Is that a rival? I suppose excellence followed by envy wherever it is. Envy fuels advancement, as they say, so it's only right for us to show a little generosity to those following behind. Should we give some of the pines left from that store to Shrem's department, Mr. Shamsha? I was planning to do so. Back chili lettuce to curry flavor one specifically. That also sounds tasty. Now then, let's get back to the main topic. I heard the rumors. They were about a newly formed company collecting organic objects called Golden Boughs. Those golden boughs are found exclusively inside the closed-down branch facilities of Lotto Corp. How do you learn about the existence of golden boughs? That was a recent discovery. But using the Lotto Corp branch in our research facility at the lab until a few months ago. You set a lab in that horrible place. But I thought they were all buried underground. I guess there are rare resources and documents they could use. Did the discovery of research include abnormalities? Why, certainly. No researcher could overlook such intriguing subjects. Researchers must be all salt from the head, that's what they're interested in. Oh no. Your mum would rub tossed me up one of the chicken heads, did you? I will say, he puts unexpected effects of insight and surprised me sometimes. And I seem to dealing with a distortion and a coincidental encounters that you could get other data for your research on abnormalities. Mr. Samager is no good at acting. I suppose it suits his upright way of life. Please understand, we had no means to clearly distinguish a distortion from an abnormality. What's the distorts when the mind crumbles into figurative pieces, was it? That's a stellar figure of speech. Do your stories crumble mind back to health then? There's no way to piece together someone else's broken mind. I merely showed him the way. It was the choice of the restaurant owner whether to stay there or take that path. You know so much. If I were just a bit younger, I'd have jumped in and hopped trying to high five you. You're always unwelcome to try. Mr. Donger, you become sidetracked again. You're right. Alright, then one day, when we happily indulged in research at the laboratory at the Bombing Corp branch facility, armed terrorists attacked the place. It was all too sudden. Ever seen a bomb set up before your eyes? It's quite a spectacle. It all starts and ends in a split second. Just like the universe. Where are the terrorists now? There was almost nothing in Cal, the Mozone now. Only showed up recently. The terrorist organization took over the laboratory Mr. Donger and Steven stayed in. Now people in the lab has moved. How severe was the damage? Don't only turn his gaze from you saw into the sporadically unoccupied seat. See, those empty seats. They'll stay that way for a while. The owners died in that act of terror. Looking close, I saw snacks and flowers placed on the cushions, probably as a way to mourn the dead. This fellow really made sure to have a finger crumb. Couldn't find the right place to put it, so we've been keeping it in storage. It should be over on display at the second floor. Some sounds filled the office, but Zonran continued, brushing the empty desk with his hand. There's so much we had to leave behind. Don't. I searched the plaque model left the face of my character. That's a favorite souvenir of mine. I'll be stoned, but I can't tell how much of what he says is a joke and how much of it is serious. What about that seat, then? Our attention was brought to a white desk that's completely empty. That one is reserved. We're waiting for a new employee to take that seat. Is there an application guide for the position, then? Where can I see it? Each one's bright-eyed inquisition was interrupted by Sandra's displeased utterance. Oh dear, Samjo is feeling quite uncomfortable now. Let's get to the point then, Samjo. Let me be blunt, suggest I'm a core that will benefit both parties. As we take the laboratory, we have the ownership of the golden bough we found here. I have a question. Is it a fixed contract or post-fulfillment review contract? You run by delegate bodies or co-executive members? Let me answer that. This will be immediate delegate body representative contract, no warranty liability. Schedule overseen by an observer from grade 1 contract office. Take place filed in due process. Contract office? I don't know what's going on. Does it have to be so complicated? Jacob's district, we didn't get the golden bough right away despite winning because we didn't have anyone overseeing the deal. Oh, that, Ayuda from Mario Kills? She started fighting back for us with the game. It's Ada from Los Mariachis. That's right. Instead of playing the role of the observer, she's left with no choice but to take the battle by force. Which is why it's safer to use the service of an association or contract office to stand as an observer to notarize the contract even if it can be costly. That's what fans probably consider most carefully, I think. Ishmael explained it like it was common knowledge. I guess it's something well known among the city folk. The contract certainly favors on our side, as long as the goal is achieved. We watch with their mouths agape as the two declared the conclusion at once. This is a secret, but I frankly don't get more than half of what Sandra says. And they're like, oh, I see, and move on. Isn't that a coincidence? It's just the same for us, too. You're supposed to be the last person to be ignorant of your secretary's words. Still, I guess making a contract in Decay Corp's laboratory means we won't be fighting against the winged staff for a while. Now, it's people who kept healing their wounds. The team fell to a somber silence. All the memories relating to them were filled with misery and suffering. You see if Decay Corp's regenerative technology already? They've more than seen it. I deal with it over and over. I got sick of the thought. I'm gonna show you a lot of my lab instead. Then, it's not here. You have to take the elevator once more. You chill them that much, this dog man? Blaze off limits for unauthorized personnel. He's made a really funny noise, Mr. Soundkill. Well, it shouldn't hurt. We're hanging out a bit to celebrate the provisional contract being signed. I wasn't sure if it was an appropriate way to celebrate things, but since no one on the team objected, I decided to follow him. I would take the many chapters. I'll take the many chapters in Kanto 4's, nice free lunacy. But, This is where regenerative ampules are made. They're probably called HP bullets, but the underlying principle is the nanobot-based medical treatments. There have been struggles here and there, but at the moment the ampule is slightly modified recently, the most commonly used version. So let me get this straight. You the one who supplied that? Tell me, do you have any idea how much they made us suffer? We barely managed to grow out of that adversary. I'm relieved that none of you seem to have passed away from severe wounds at the very least. That reminds me, also different companies have different definitions of death on the job and the processes of dealing with them. I was sure Mr. Sandra gave me an explanation on it. Are you continuing your research on improving all those Kira nanobots? Of course not. HP bullets have long been commercialized. My project right now is the improvement of livestock using them. Improving livestock? If cutting as a concept is reduced to irrelevance, it becomes limited to a fleeting moment. Think about it. You get an endless supply of high-quality meat. And it's not just any meat. Flesh will come from livestock research and improve with the combined effort of countless minds. That's the quality and rarity we're talking about. It seems... Dongring has a love for meat as deep as roaches. Love you say it. You might be right if endlessly devoting time and care can call love. This snowy bunch get along well, huh? Don't beat up our own client. Don't beat up our client, okay, Heathcliff? Live chickens whose wings and legs are being sliced endlessly. They don't even struggle, as if they feel no pain. I don't know how that's look. I want to see this liquid. When infinitesimal particles have fluidity, they'll pretty much look the same as fluid. Is it really necessary to go this far for food? Starts to discuss about if a rich boy grew up on juicy meat, huh? Kiddo, there's a lot of people in the world who would go through any length for a meal. No, I mean, this isn't the same. I don't want to eat any meat. I was in the section, though. Why does it have to be like this? What I'm trying to say is... I think I know what you're getting at. It does feel rather unnatural, doesn't it? As if it was simply for the sake of improving food, there would have been more efficient ways to do it. There's one thing I can say for sure. Technology had been made available in the back streets. My friends and I went to fight the rummage through trash cans. Technology. No, there's no more than breeding. They'll never realize they have the ability to fly for their entire lives. Yisang spoke, staring directly into Dongring. It's unusual for him to take this much interest in matters. I must object, chickens cannot fly in the first place, and this technology is providing quality wearers can make... It's... okay, Sanjo. For someone who usually won't look others in the eyes and historically glare at a person, that is my desperation, isn't it? The husbandry. Something seems to have happened to the lab. Would be a good choice to head there now. It'll be fine, Sanjo. They're still enough to that. They got off the scuff with the Decay Corp security staff and armed with regenerative ampules without a scratch. Oh my god, this is for Yisang. Oh my lord, I never would have guessed. Terrorist organization. I forget exactly when we get up to 6 people. An explosion has been detected. Please protect yourselves from danger by swiftly moving under your desks. Whoops, that's misfire. A second explosion has been detected. Please activate the regeneration ampule in your possession and please wait for K-Corp security staff to arrive in 18 seconds of Same old announcement. Wonder why I broadcast like that, told in such calm voices. Want a little gasping and panic and be more effective to get people to evacuate? See, getting people so preoccupied with all the technology and science now just stills your empathy with feelings. You talk too much. Be quiet. Is everyone alright? If you aren't, take a regeneration sample. Got some compatibility tests no need, but we're in an emergency. Look on the face. The terrorist attack usually throw everyone into chaos. The first attack did have everyone panicking. The explosive detection broadcast didn't exist either. Mr. Sanjo had hit under his desk for quite some time. As I keep saying, the attack occurred in the lobby, and I was merely attempting to pick up a notebook that fell on the desk. Let's take the situation seriously, Mrs. Dongran. Attack the Decay laboratory in the middle of the nest is not a matter of course. First, sure, they make sure lab to the floor where the researchers are. I think I explained my left eye with Sanjo. Sanjo injected regeneration into Dongran's body. The terrorists are occupying the bombing corp branch. Dean, speak of the devil. They're part of the terrorist organization? They don't really look like well-trained combatants. Look at that, you got an eye for that now, kid. It's natural. They aren't the ones directly engaging in combat. You should take a single glance to notice that they appear to lean and fearless like Mr. Dong. During which saw the Dong needs to fight to get body enhancement augments just in case. Sure, they're an acting weak. It's not necessarily the case. As varied ways to augment the body are, some may be repulsed by it physically or mentally. Some nests even forbid their residents from getting procedures above a certain level of power if they're unqualified. They don't want the lowly to rise up at the top of the ruling class over, huh? I couldn't deny those possibilities. Each nest must have its own reasons. But fundamentally speaking, augmented procedures are like high-performing vehicles. An unqualified driver would try and handle a vehicle with a power but above what they can handle. Layers of order and the nest would fall apart in no time. So they'd like to prevent things like that from happening. Sorry to interrupt your passage exposition. Pain was shared with me, just so you know. Soon enough, people wearing familiar outfits appeared along with unforgettable beats of footsteps. What's from the checkpoint? Now there are reliable allies. Those robots look seriously hostile. Within 5 seconds, spinal damage at least 12 centimeters in length, direct impact of the coronary artery, destruction of the cranium. Steps will ensure that the enemy meets immediate death without unnecessary suffering. I can do that, but wasn't it mainly to fully destroy the brain so they can't regenerate themselves? If you don't mind, could you pretend to be dead if this doesn't kill you right away? My buddy stayed up all night upgrading the skill function. Quiet. See, I told you, that recoil list only reaches as deep as the occipital lobe. Do you really have to learn it through trial? Damn it, we should have gone all the way to the temporal lobe. Oh, we can't lose to them. We have robots of our own. Should be any minute now. There it is, the regeneration ampule administration job. It's pretty handy to have them. You get the ampules right if the staff is injured. Yes, as long as their head is not lost. As long as their heads aren't lost, the ampules are checked right before the golden time passes, the brain stops functioning, they're practically dying. And there's like holes in internal organs. Or broken bones we heal in seconds. And still, it won't be a means of pain. Why are you so calm about it? Think about a night, a colleague right next to him being cut down. Natural behavior. But once we heal up in seconds, all just guarding will be secondary. If that's the case, will you become like that eventually? I don't see a reason to think about such things. I was just curious. By the way, who are these new faces with unfamiliar outfits? You don't want to introduce yourselves? None of our business. True, but it's kind of awkward to be facing them. Someone's gotta talk now. Why should we introduce ourselves to a terrorist organization? No, mere terrorist organization. I don't hate the sound of it. It was my belief when I was 4. I had to answer the call of a grad school because the paper everyone has won a prize at the age of 11. Shut it. The Technology Liberation Alliance. Liberate what technologies exactly? Is technology yearning for freedom? Maybe they're talking about the animals in the lab, I think? Hear that? Thanks for animal protectors or something. Sorry, but that went out of fashion long ago. I think we're working day and night assembling machines just for happily raised chickens and fried and healthy oil. Type X32 bolts are so hard to get these days. We have to order them from other nests. We don't have any idea how much tax is added. You substitute X32 bolts like casting a C9 bolt and tempering it at an interval of 2 hours. You're gonna win us over by the front. Oh, no, she might be right. It could work. You tell us why you're offering advice to animals, Miss Faust? You wouldn't understand. Researchers have a creed more valuable than life. I love that little reaction. Faust was like, I mean, yes, they are enemies, but still we got research to do. Got a couple of robots. Sandy's fixed at 0. I think this is kind of just a leftover from things because they just don't have sanity in general, but not a terribly difficult fight. These guys can be annoying in mirror dungeons if you're just running with one identity, but they're not the worst. Like they're still tricky, but not like super difficult. Hop on to Terrorist Organization 2, Electric Boogaloo. Well, that sounds a little different. Decay ampules, we'll hop into that. That looks convenient. Broken bones heal in a matter of moments. Decay will provide us with astronomical sum of research grants to support our research and improve this ampule. Due to this trend, please, you might get mad about me for about 3 months. Clock will only wind a thing after we've died. Scared of a little hurting. I think I cracked the bone of my right hand. You get an ampule? It's kind of hard to grip by my axe. Notice in front of a K-Corp drone extended to the right arm. Welcome. K-Corp drones are there for your health. Administering regeneration ampule. Cannot administer. From the entity of type 3J-54 are eligible for serum injection, but regeneration ampules may only be administered to patients hemorrhaging 1 LR, 1 liter of blood or more of blood. Also, since you have not taken a cross-compatibility test for the ampules, you're not taking responsibility for possible side effects. Thank you. What are you talking about? You want to come up and want me to come up an arm and leg or something? Why are you doing that? Look at the K-Corp staff. They're cutting up their own lips to get the ampules. It's a necessary requirement. It would be tremendous financial waste to use regeneration ampules for every little scratch. I hate to make comparisons, but its value is far above the caliber of a small firm like yours. Yeesh. It's pretty dangerous though. This means they're too rough. It might get me killed if I'm not careful. I want to stay away from the fray just to be safe. Just then, something grazed past my head. I mean, my head. What? What? What the fuck? What do you mean by that? The threatening trill. Ah. Where's the other projectile flew at me? Ishmael quickly stretched her arm to take the hit. Turning to the direction the projectiles came from, we didn't find enemy robots. Instead, their K-Corp drone was glaring with red. Dick Commander, you're right! I wonder who got hit on this. I should have taken projectile for you. Curses! Excuse me. See what your robots that cost a bomb to make her doing? And fired at an ally! I'm a projectiles not from the fire. Sundry yelled from behind, raising his hand high. However, it does appear that exceptions could be fully configured. I apologize for that particular shortcoming. What rubbish are you? As you're aware, you become a place purely thanks to Miss Dull and Angus Lynn. Having visitors in this place is an extremely rare occurrence, and as such factor wasn't put into our consideration. What are you talking about? K-Corp generator drones doing more than just hail people. Why does it look like my body is melting? Can anyone make it make sense? Ishmael! Normally, K-Corp drones administer regeneration ampules to injured personnel. However, just the K-ampule to deserters. Shut the Decay ampule me because I was trying to escape the combat zone? And that just revolting. You can 12 similar executions when there's any war going on. Why don't we make the drones fight instead? Yes, you pretty much value human life, am I right? The value should only have far past that of 10 Class 2 staff members combined, you understand? You understand, you should accept it. That crappy coalition shoved in my face too many times. I don't feel like complying anymore. I do understand where it's coming from. There was research that revealed deploying K-Corp's drones in simulated battles increased the odds of victory by 23.5%. It's a pretty famous paper amongst others. It's the old times deserters tried to flee from battle and pointed out as greater treacherous morale than the threat of overwhelming oppression or weakness of the leader. Public punishments of deserters are historical recruitment tactics supported by many examples. I understand all you like then. But what are you talking about? What's that about? She's melting down. I apologize for my executive manager. You have considered suffering, you must endure and turn the clock. That's not what I want to hurt. That's necessary. Her should still be intact in the current state. Manager, what happened to me? Last hands turn with agony. Meanwhile, you saw him staring at empty ampules rolling on the floor. That's definitely not suspicious. I do like how, like, K-Corp, because they have the healing stuff, should be considered, you know, like, generally good or benevolent, but nah, why would they do that? Again, when we actually have, like, a full team of people, these aren't very difficult fights, but they can be a little bit tricky if you're outnumbered. Regardless, yeah, that'll do it for this time. I'll do this one because it has no story stuff. Yeah. If it has no story stuff, I'll do that one off screen. But that will do it for this time, and next time we continue on with the incredibly long Kanto 4. But until then, see you guys later.